I don't know. They looked frightened, I think, is the fair way of putting it. Like, they just didn't really have anything on deck to deal with Tyloo there. Now, though, we move to Dust 2, and hopefully, for the series going for 3 maps, hopefully IG have something more to show for us.
They really need to, because if not, Tyloo are looking like they're going to be going through stage 2 without dropping a map, because they're going to be up against Alpha Red tomorrow. And look, Alpha Red against Tyloo. Tyloo's won pretty much every time that they've seen each other recently.
I mean, we haven't played the next series yet.
I'm going to be on tomorrow night. I think I'm with Rob again as well.
Yep.
So that'll be an interesting one. But it will decide on what's going on. You know, there could be a case for an upset there if Invictus do get the 2-0 as well against someone. Like, maybe. But there's a world where Tyloo don't go. And it's going to be very hard for that, I guess, path of events to play out.
Yeah, look, it would need to be a pretty catastrophic series of losses from here on out for Tyloo to not progress further. So, I mean, look, Dust 2. Let me put it this way. How many rounds are you giving IG? I don't know why I'm asking you for predictions. I'm the analyst. But
I'm
Harry,
thinking,
what do you got?
Look, right now I'm fully thinking it's going to be more towards the... Look, if they only hit 6 rounds on train, I'm feeling like maybe 2 rounds.
Oof, I mean, see, the thing is, I think you got a point. Like, I want to say that's pretty harsh, but also, like they didn't really show us anything.
If Tyloo play like that again, IG are going to have no hope.
I mean, I guess the one thing, the good thing, right, for IG is you don't really, you can play Dust 2 T-side without grenades.
Yeah.
Right? Like, all the grenades you throw can just be sort of bounce this flash off a wall and then go in, and that can occasionally work for you. Whereas Train is a map where if you... I mean, admittedly, some of the only rounds they won were off the back of great picks with no utility, but you don't want to rely on that. On a map like Train, if you just throw your utility away and get locked out by enemy utility and you don't have anything else to follow it up with, then a lot of the time you'll be picked apart. On Dust 2, there is opportunity for playmaking based off timing, based off good positioning. Most of it's just based on aggressive players, right? On the T side, like if you can sneak a player out long or get out mid or something like that and catch the CTs off guard, then there can be less reliance on utility. But at this point, I feel like I'm making excuses for IG. Tyloo are looking in much better form.
I can't remember the last time I saw IG. It was probably in stage 1. I feel like IG definitely has played Dust 2 recently. I'll have to pull up the stats to have a quick look at that one. But yeah, it's just rough to see, because I expected more. I expected so much more from IG. In the series, I wanted to go to all 3 maps. I wanted to see a nice tight map there over on Train with IG edging them out, and then Dust 2, look, maybe a bit of back and forth with Tyloo taking it 16-8, you know, pretty easily. And then Mirage being yet another good old Asian Mirage map, which we saw a lot of, we saw once yesterday. And that was pretty interesting to watch. You know, Tyloo looking pretty dominant on the comeback against Lucid Dream, who should have had them dead to rights, but then made a couple of mistakes. And look, Tyloo, very good at punishing mistakes, because when they're on, they're on. And it looks like they're here because they want to go to Odensei, and they are definitely fighting for that right now.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Tet, to highlight one player in particular, like, he did slow down a lot towards the ends of Train, but I think he was 22-5 at one point, I remember. And he finished up like 28, 27, something like that. I'm not actually sure exactly what he got 30. To. Oh, he did get 30?
I'll tell you in a second.
All right, have a quick look. But either way, like, he slowed down a lot. Like, he was at 22-5 in the first half, I feel like. But even if he slowed down, it doesn't matter. They still won the map by a very, very clean margin. And if he's in form like that, that's the Ben Tet we used to see all the time. That was when we were like, oh yeah, this guy's insane. He's come on to Tyloo, where I was actually lucky enough to be able to cast him before that, because we were casting him back in the day in a little old thing called Zen League. We were casting him on Rekka, and they actually won Season 1 of that way back in the day, being carried, funnily enough, by Ben Tet and Execute. If you didn't know that one, those two came from the same team before Tyloo. Both went on to Tyloo and played really, really well. So there's a nice little bit of Asian CS history for you if you didn't know that one. But
back in the day.
Getting back to carry Ben Tet form is always exciting, because when he's on, he's nuts.
He is nuts, and he's probably going to do it again because he is feeling it right now. Although, I guess that second half was a little bit slower, but there wasn't too much of that second half.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of second half.
You know, really determine that or not. But I'm just having a quick look here, and Invictus, look, they've been losing Dust 2 to the likes of 5 Power, Mouse Sports. They took Mouse Sports to 14-16, which is a bit of a surprise to me personally. And last time they took on Tyloo, which was an ESL Pro League, it was a 16-9 affair, so not as close as you would hope for. So that does lead me to believe that this should be a Tyloo map. And, you know, it's their map pick for a reason, and we'll see how this one goes. But also, congratulations, that's what, 10 train wins in a row for Tyloo?
That is the 10 streak, yeah.
That's pretty nuts.
I believe the current streak record Actually, no, the Australis didn't break the train streak record, did they? When they were like 28-0 or something. I think they stopped one short of what Nip managed back in the day.
Oh, I can't remember.
It's something like that. They got to somewhere close to 30. So Tyloo have a fair way to go to beat the old train streak record as it currently sits. But nonetheless, hitting 10 is some good things for them. Moving forward, though, into Dust 2, I did say at the very start of this, way back, well, a couple hours ago at this point in our little pre-show, I thought that if Tyloo managed to take map 1, it would be a 2-0. The betting odds are reflecting that. Did X-Pro just take a Glock dink down mid for 9 damage? It wouldn't have been a dink, it would have been a tag, but you know, that's might be a little indicator of how things are going to go.
Copped a bit, but we'll see if it comes back to give him a big hit later. 91 HP with the Glock is enough to certainly take him down with that gush, so we'll see how it goes. Aggression from Koshak, though. This is a lot of control over towards short here. Spinach as well is going to be taking point towards long, looking for the information, but they will be able to dominate over from short. Bomb's been shown on purpose by Tyloo. But look at the aggression from Koshak all the way towards the top of mid.
Oh, dear.
He's going to be flanking this stack as well. Attacker, he's going to spot that push into uppers. IG have so much information, but they need to hit their shots, and that's what it's going to come down to here.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to this flank coming in from Koshak. And depending on how long he takes, Attacker is on his way behind, but it looks like he's not going to mess about. Tyloo straight over with the smokes through the cross onto the A side immediately, and that flank is now coming out. Could get himself a couple here.
Beautiful. 2 for Koshak. Now looking for maybe some more. Gets that reload off. Boost over the smoke as well. Looking to deny the bomb plant. Bented has to go back to try and clear that flank, but it's somebody, an Attacker, trying to make this one work. The bomb is yet to go to side. It's gone through the smoke straight over into CT ramp, and now it's all up to Attacker in a 1v5. But that is a perfect round coming out from IG. The Russians 2 apiece, as well as X-Pro with a singular, and that was a big one to start it off on Dust 2.
That's a really good round from them. I do like the decision from Attacker there to go short, because you'd think the quick decision is just run long, kill the guy who's flanking, but then you're at a range disadvantage with everyone else fighting the USPs. If his teammates stay alive, he pops up short. That's a play for the late round, not a play for alleviating the immediate flank. Of course, they all get shot in the heads, it doesn't matter, but, you know, I like that. It's one of those little things I want to highlight for anyone who might be wondering, why didn't he run and help his team? That's why he was helping his team. More Glocks, straight up short, gonna get farmed, I predict.
Just theoretically helping his team. But
exactly.
Yes, these Glocks making a whole lot of noise over towards mid, trying to bait in the CTs. X-Pro farming up with the MP9. 2 more SMGs in play as well, but it is going to be Koshak. Beautiful angle there from the trash. And he is going to be farming it. 3 for him. M4 down, but can someone go and get that upgrade? Doesn't look like anyone's close enough to grab the rifle. So that is a detriment to the economy, but, you know, 4 alive, you've got the armor. You've got a couple of beautiful SMGs, which can go for the bonus round here. But do you want it? I don't know. Tyloo, they're on the Kriegs, and this is danger territory.
Yep, this is a full-on rifle round from them. They're lacking some utility, but they've got all the rifles they need. This is something I was going to highlight in the pre-show as well. It's just how annoying this is on Dust 2. Like, obviously, a competent AWPer hitting that shot is bad, but the fact that Kriegs can just spam that brainlessly and do consistent damage and even get kills... Like, I've been playing a bit of CS since I got home because I was just like, yeah, I want to play CS. And I've been killed by Kriegs jumping across a few times, just spamming, getting lucky.
Look at the timing there.
Oh.
Pre-scope, though, is going to be the fate for somebody. Flying, farms up some money. Attacker as well out mid. It looked good to start off for IG, but now everything falling apart, it seems. Uppers control still going to be held, but now they are going to be heading towards that B site, which has already been controlled by Attacker, who went out mid early. The other boys following there with the bomb. But the CTs need to fight for this one. Not boosting up over towards CT just yet, so not able to deny the aggression up B ramp. I dare say they are going to try and go for a save. They've got the Krieg in hand of X-Pro, who might double back here. Summer
surely won't get out.
Ready and waiting here.
Looking for it, but they know exactly where he is. Of course, in theory, he could have gone backyard at this point, but they're waiting for this to come in, and there's nothing that IG can do here apart from try and hold on to these guns. Will he hard check this corner? The gun barrel's going to be spotted. Timing will not work out for Summer, so that's a nice little boost to the economy of IG, but they're not going to get anywhere even close to winning this round.
They will be able to drop, though, so next round has an opportunity. Let's see if Tyloo take the safe route to save. Looks like they are over towards tunnels there. And IG happy to keep themselves alive. A lot of respect given both ways. But Tyloo, they're on the board, and they are ready to put a few together. Can IG have a better buy here? I dare say they do, because they had, what, 3 MP9s heading into that round.
Yeah, that was their bonus round for them. So at least they'll come out of it with a couple rifles. They'll be able to buy a couple more. We'll see exactly what they've got. But for Tyloo, I do like the call there to go B. even with the guy in tunnels, they lock out the 2 A rotators in CT. They know that with 4 of them on site, they're more than capable of holding off the tunnels guy if he chooses to fight. He didn't. They get themselves around in the end. Summer's going to go really fast out long. Krieg in hand. Spinach was trying to cross to pit. The flash did come in, but it was too little too late. Summer finds that one, and immediately, within 20 seconds, Tyloo with a man advantage.
IG giving a lot of respect there towards long. Boost up to side as well. Koshak will be trying to take point, hiding his little noggin behind the short box. As Flying as well wants to try to use some utility. If the cross came for free, I think Expo may have spotted it, but now it is going to be Flying, expecting that repeat. Somebody not going to be able to work the timing. And the other boys, they've gone back down long. They've retreated, left him for dead. As Attacker is about to start to make his move towards that B site, you'd assume.
He is alone in uppers right now, but Vadim, I mean, he's got the AWP, so he can lock down this site solo, but the issue is he's currently splitting his time between keeping an eye on mid and keeping an eye on B. He's now going to commit to mid here, but Bentet's throwing some util over on A as well, and that might actually keep them here. They do have a stack up in CT with 1 player watching mid, 1 player watching A, so at least they'll have the info. Vadim, that's a really nice AWP angle. He should get at least 1 for free.
Maybe able to get another. We'll see if the distance is closed. Looks like we do have Freeman right at the heels as well. Smoke comes out towards the door. Will allow for safer passage, although damage on Summer. Bentet, he's going to be denied on the flank. And now there's an opportunity for IG. Bomb still yet to go down. Freeman trying to control B-ramp there as best as he can. Clint comes in, looking for something else, as the flank as well coming from Koshak through tunnels.
They know where one player is, though. They did spot that player outdoors on the window peak. Koshak trying to work his way in here, but both players are in cover, and there's one at the car as well who might just be able to spot the gun barrel here. Great shot from Freeman as well. All down to Koshak. They know exactly where he is. They'll swing on him. The Krieg's going to do way too much damage as Tyloo tie it up and deny that money as well. IG running pretty low on the funds already. Here's his entry, by the way. Straight flash, straight out. No fear.
Freeman and Summer both eating up all the frags that were available there in that round as well. 3 and 2. And 2 and 2 up on the scoreboard. IG managed to get those early rounds, but Tyloo, they are here. And they're ready to fight. It's going to be a 3v4 over towards long. Lots of utility going to be used late, but it's a 1-for-1. No one else falling just yet. Expro copying lots of damage. Attacker similarly. They give it up. Not biting off more than they can chew. So you've got Vadim here over towards the tunnels. And Expro with the only rifle in the round. He had a lot of money. And the investment not quite worth it just yet. No one else with any armor, so we'll see where he does reposition. He's over towards short, aggressive, looking for more information. But Tyloo, they want to play the range game. They've got that AWP. 2 scopes on the Kriegs as well as the AK in the hands of your favourite man, Bentet, the Polish superstar.
Good one, that. My favorite part is that people believed it for a bit, and they were like, oh, when's Bentet joining Virtus Pro? Which I think also started as a meme, but yeah, I'm reasonably certain that there was at least some people believing it, which, of course, made it better. Re-smoke for the cross coming in from Tyloo. Double mollies onto site. One of them goes out in the smoke, and there's a hole in it, but they will get across it. Fortunately, the only person holding it is Flying with a USP. They don't really favour him, especially not when Bentet is locking down that hole in the smoke as well. Spinach gets his head ripped off. Xpro is here close with this rifle, but made himself known now on the pick. Almost wasn't communicated in time, but Attacker and Sum Up with the Kriegs will clean up the last couple. And IG, they had themselves a good early start to this map, but they've found nothing since. The money is still questionable. They look like they're going to buy, but this will be full rifles and limited utility with the amount of cash that they have.
We'll see what happens. If IG get one more round, my prediction will be incorrect, so...
Yeah, you did say 16-2, didn't you?
Let's see how they go.
All right.
Rifles across the board, though.
The SG nearly finds another early pick out long for free. Koshak takes a bunch of damage, just trying to throw a molly. That's the danger of that as a CT, that unless you're peeking with an AWP or you have a really good spawn, the Ts can just straight up pre-fire challenge you, and that's a really tough one to deal with. Fortunately, IG will not lose a player just yet, but it's going to be close. They've got a player close out mid doors, though, looking for this short jump. Freeman, though, looks like he just wants to go straight out and challenge this.
Oh, and there's the timing. Expro manages to dodge that flash that did come in, so Holds his ground for the moment, but it's a 2v4 as the trades heavily favouring Tyloo in this situation. While he comes out, X-Pro still giving up his position. Managed to find a headshot on the Bentet, jumping up onto Xbox there through the edge of the smoke. Is flying now. He's going to rotate down B ramp and try and dominate this mid position a little bit more. X-Pro may just be able to find the timing on Attacker, who's hard clearing out the A site, but X-Pro laying in wait down below. He is going to be spotted as the timing favours Summer there.
Yeah, unfortunately for X-Pro, flying already going onto the site there was just... Not even flying, sorry. It was Summer even going on the side there. Was just hard covering, hard crouching against the wall, I should say. Wasn't visible at all from CT ramp at any point, unless, of course, he was going to be jump spotting. So leaves it all up to Flying, who might get caught out here. There you go. Somebody hard clears it with the AWP. Three guns will stay up for Tyloo.
Dangerous hunt.
That's really risky. Like, there's so many angles that aren't that corner where there can be a player while you hard clear it. And I guess, in theory, you can... technically drag scope left to right and clear it on your way out, but come on, man. No way. So risky.
He had an idea that he would have been around that area, but still, Boys, Summer.
My spidey sense.
Big cojones. That's all I can say.
Exactly that.
Tyloo, 4 on the board now. IG, their rounds have been doubled. As now we've got a bit of a pause coming in. Tyloo, everything going in their direction. IG as well, looking like they're going to buy up some utility. No armor or weaponry purchased for anyone other than X-Pro yet. Koshak, however, does have that P250, so we'll see if the combination of the P250 and that beautiful, beautiful thing we like to call a scout gets damage done, but not too much because Summer's sharp on the AWP today, hitting all his shots.
And it's only against pistols, so it probably doesn't matter if they don't hit these to start with. There's... Like, technically, yes, Vadim has an advantageous position here, but with a USP, he's got to hit 2 clean dinks before being challenged. And it's definitely doable at that sort of range, but the trade's almost guaranteed. It's very unlikely he'll get out of there with a gun. Either way, Tyloo are spreading out across the map at the minute. They've got players holding for pushes on short, watching for a push through big tunnels. Still have somebody here on your screen spotting out bedroom as well. So, betting that the economy is low on IG, knowing that it's probably a low buy, they're just choosing to play this one safe. Not get caught out. They are even going to flash in to hard clear that. Somebody goes in firing, and now he's on the hunt for this pistol. Spots it out going into pit. Doesn't feel the need to challenge either. That's the big thing for Tyloo here. There's no reason to take one-on-one challenges because that's going to happen.
Ooh. Close range with the P2. Goes for more. Koshak firing up. And just like that, the tables may have turned. A couple of rifles potentially retrievable. Koshak hasn't managed to get his hands on any of them just yet, but he's going to utilize that smoke to do so. They just hand it off. No, doesn't go back for the second. He will have to go through the other edge of the smoke and show face to Summer as well to try and find that one. So making the right call here. Somebody, however, might just work the timing.
I'm not actually sure if he got spotted there or not. I certainly didn't spot Spinach, and by the looks of things, with Spinach falling out, he didn't spot him either. Maybe a bit of a name shot through the smoke there for Koshak, because he does spray away, but can't quite find anything. That said, 13 seconds. The bomb hasn't actually made it to site yet. I don't think they're going to be able to stop it, though. It's going to be close, but surely it'll go down. That said, 2 versus 4, sprinting on up this ramp here. Koshak, very good angle with his headshot. Just needs to find it with the SG, and unfortunately, it's Bentek getting the work done. He's found himself 2, almost a third before the scout gets it done. Now Summer win the 1v2. Saves his team, but only just. Tyloo, hold on.
There was that point as well. Vadim was hiding over towards long. And whoever that was early on site, I think it was, it wasn't Summer. I think it was somebody.
Oh, let's see it again.
No, it was Attacker. Attacker up on site. Oh, that's nuts.
Just an elbow shown over the top of the smoke.
That is such a nice shot coming up from Summer there, but look, ending the round as well. Just starting it off nicely. See if they can get it done. Vadim, however, does take down Attacker. Nice and early there over towards long. Falls back appropriately, not biting off more than he can chew. As IG, with this man advantage, can they convert into a third?
That's the scenario I was talking about before, where challenging long is really dangerous unless you have that AWP. If you've got an AWP and a good spawn, you can lock down long before the Ts get there, and that's worked out well in this round for IG, but Tyloo still with 4 players, a bunch of utility. They're going to go towards middle and challenge this second door. Great flash, better shot, as X-Pro removes Freeman.
Placement as well. Summer very aggressive. Almost caught out by Vadim there coming in through CT. But now they have an idea of where both of the AWPs currently are positioned. So now Tyloo, they're going for the percentage play. They're going to try to make their way up short. If they can gain control here against Master Spinach, They may just be able to completely dominate the A site. No one really here to deny them. IG will have to play for the retake. We'll see if this one happens. Progression smoke coming out. Will they drop into CT? The smokes are both there. Good execute.
That said, look at the positioning of Vadim. I mean, it's an AWP, but he's ready for this drop. It's not a weapon you'd really favour for that drop, though. He's going to be forced off by the molly back into CT, but out they'll go. There's a player on ramp, and the first duel will be won by Spinach. 30 seconds left. Tyloo got to get a move on.
Good patience from Spinach, just taking the first and holding straight back. Vadim as well, maybe able to find somebody, but it's somebody to get the headshot as well. Spinach makes his move at the perfect moment, and that's the double for him. Triple for the round. Perfect on the retake. Pouncing at the right time. And IG breaking my prediction and finding 3 rounds now. 3 to 5.
There's the 3. They've still got a fair way to go to push us into a map number 3, but 3 rounds at bare minimum is not going to be too bad for them. X-Pro. That position down to middle, pretty much entirely while blind, is pretty perfect from him. Started moving his scope while he wasn't blind, but hit the shot while flashed out. Manages to make it work. IG with a 3rd. Still got this double AWP in hand, plus a recovered Krieg. So they've got the firepower they're looking for now as Tyloo stream over into B. Look at that, though. Utility thrown all over the map by both sides. In fact, smokes and flashes out to long, faking a bit of a long play, but Tyloo are nowhere near it. Instead, heading into mid through lowers. They're going to flash out. Please don't intrude with the bomb. Never mind, it's someone to go, and he's taken down immediately by X-Pro out here with the AWP.
Kojak going to fire a couple of bullets back as well. They know that there is 2 players watching. Mid currently crossfire. Probably a bit too strong to want to deal with for Tyloo. But IG, they are looking like they're very, very happy with flying. Just be playing that solo B site. X-Pro on that rotation. Bolstering the defenses. Spinach still holding down long like a champion. Vadim covering over towards short, but here comes that rotation. Tyloo all the way through spawn. No one's spotting as IG are not on that line. And Spinach. Look, he got the 3K before. Let's see what we can do from pit here.
Tyloo did start walking a decent way outside bedroom, so he's not going to know this is coming. They've been quiet all the way through here. He'll hear these footsteps now, though, and he's going to be looking for it, but ready for the angle as well. They haven't flashed to clear him. Can't quite get the shot lined up quickly enough, but still gets his 1. Leaves an man advantage for IG. The pressure's coming in from short, but Vadim is somehow still alive.
Bentet's gone straight through that Molotov as well, copying so much damage. He's going to be going down for a single bullet. Koshak not going to find that one. It's X-Pro with the cover, as his teammate was fully blinded. Tyloo losing a couple in a row now. IG fighting to stay in the game.
A couple of big kills from, a couple of big rounds, I should say, from X-Pro there. Going to put himself up on 11 and 4. Had a good little time in the last couple, so we'll see if he's able to keep that up. The double AWP's been doing work for IG, with it back to the single now. It's back in the hands of Vadim, who did have some decent times with it on train in a few rounds that he was able to get work done. It's pistols streaming out into long here for Tyloo, and Spinach with the pressure on, just going to be running away. No one able to capitalize on that from Tyloo, so with the initial danger past, IG are actually doing an info push into B, which, I mean, they shouldn't be caught out by someone, but it's risky to be this far forward on anti-eco. There we go. Never mind, they get the kill. All's well.
They are at the ready, playing the buddy system, looking to go together, get the trades if necessary. But as well, Vadim, aware that it is pistols that have been bought by Tyloo, so he's happy to just take these aggressive peeks as well. 3v5, and X-Pro spotting some more information as that bomb is slowly but surely rotating over towards the B site. And Tyloo, they've got to go somewhere. And it looks like they have chosen the short side. Flying's close for the rotation, but there is a chance for an upset.
X-Pro, though, does have a long angle with an M4. Just as easy as that. It's just going to sit around quick heads at this point. Has cover, but never mind, not enough. Long range for a P250, but he'll hit it, and Flying now rotates in danger of that same gun. Bentet finds himself another P250 kill here. Koshak, though, charges straight in. Does actually cop a dink for his trouble, down on 6 HP. Sharp from Bentet, but not quite enough to get the kill. IG going to tie it up. The double AWP comes back out for them, as Tyloo now have the money to go for a buy.
That was so dangerous for the moment. There's a couple of headshots being hit by the P250s, but IG tying it up at 5 apiece, and now heading into the 11th round. We are going to see Tyloo going for a bit of a default, splitting all around the map at the moment. IG 2-1-2 setup. Koshak looking to dominate mid, but with that Molotov, he's pushed to lowers for free. Attacker,
he's waiting for it.
He's ready. You heard that one happening. So Koshak gives up a Krieg to Tyloo for free. Didn't hard clear above himself, so
It's worth noting as well that Tyloo have been watching for that. A few times now, they've had their Krieg set up, not looking straight down mid for the AWP pick, but instead sitting at one of the sides, the extreme edges of Suicide, where they're safe from AWPs and just watching either close Xbox or a very thin line on tunnels waiting for AWP or waiting for player pushes. I say AWP pushes as Vadim finds one. So Tyloo have been ready for that lower play. This time they punish it, but again, it's Vadim on the AWP who brings it back and immediately goes over to A. Tyloo, though, while they are questing out around short, they are still yet to commit anywhere. They've only just picked up the bomb outside bedroom. They've got a minute to play with, or just under as well. Looks like it is going to be a B short play, but going out against an AWP sitting at car, it's one of the strongest AWPing positions on this map. Probably in the game if you can hit your shots. See if Vadim's able to do that as the execute comes in.
Oh, that's a hard execute with those smokes as well for Tyloo, but that bomb's still over towards mid. They might be going for a mid-B late, and it seems to be working. It's all up to Xpro, who has to hold with this AWP. Vadim, he's fully smoked off as well, not going to be able to peer into CT, where the T's have already dropped. Xpro trying to fight with the P250, only good for the singular. Now, that bomb is going to be planted for free over towards B, and it's all up to Mr. Spinach, Master Spinach, in the 1v3. Going aggressive through bedroom means that very long rotation indeed. But now there's two AWPs in the hands of Tyloo. Summer with a Krieg. And that's another round on the board for Tyloo. Perfect decision-making to pick up this round.
Yep, and Spinach isn't even going to touch this one. He has no reason to. Just going to chill out. He would probably love to grab an AWP, but I'm not sure there's going to be one that he can easily find. Unfortunate for him that the rest of his team has fallen around him. Very well played from Tyloo there. They had the execute going up towards the A side if they'd wanted it. Completely misleads IG. Bomb goes down on B. They're not even touching it. They're all just going for the hunt at this point. They know that Spinach isn't going to go for this one. Indeed, he isn't. Staying alive. No kit in hand. No utility to play with. Even if it was a 1v2 or 1v1, it's still a very difficult retake with how far away he was. In the situation that he was in, he will at least keep the M4 alive, but not a lot more than that really to go on. So we'll see. Tyloo going to take for themselves the lead once again here on Dust 2. 6 rounds to 5. IG have got a bit of a bye coming through, but yeah, there is a FAMAS in there. I couldn't see it for a second, got dropped over. But there's a FAMAS and MP9. They're a bit limited on the firepower, and Tyloo, they've ditched one of the AWPs, but they've still got one. Plus the Krieg, full utility on everyone as well. It's a good buy.
See if Vadim goes for the old utility here as well. He's got that AWP in hand, looks like he will. So ends up being a great level of utility according to the UI there. Lots of utility across the board, many flashes to get those lines. IG with a quick timeout to have a power out, decide what they needed to get done, smoke for the cross, but both players copying a single bullet. Tyloo not going to be contesting long this round, instead going for a slower approach. Attacker dominating tunnels, but the two men set up towards mid. We'll see how this one goes.
They will have good info both up mid and on the short push here as well. They've got to be careful. Once found out, will they actually get up short box for free? Just about. They know about it, so the info's gathered at least for IG, but no real damage done for the map control they've lost, and they've actually got no one on A itself. They do have a player at long and a couple floating up CT ramp, but it's a retake A setup here, so things not too easy for them. That said, the nades at least will do good damage. Tyloo have gone slowly enough to give them some time to rotate one player up onto the cross for short. That is Vadim getting back on the aforementioned AWP angle, but here's this same execute he's already seen a couple times though. The smoke's out, the mollies. He knows what's coming, but will he be able to stop it?
Yeah, the Vanguard XE with that smoke on the garbage as well. It's not going to be enough to stop Vadim playing from this ramp area, tanking that Molotov, finding this off the double as well. There goes the bomb. There goes the dream. Tyloo, however, do control A site, so the CTs are going to have to play for the retake. Bomb still down on the elbow, so there is an opportunity to close the distance now as the time ticks down. Bomb planted for short, which is going to be controlled by Tyloo, but CTs now need to make this retake work.
Already a player in pit as well, so Tyloo pretty much isolated to just short and this bomb site, but all the players from IG are going to be coming from the same angle. The peek over the top works for the first one for Ben Ted, but so much more to do. There's somebody striking through mid and immediately bugs back out to short. Such a difficult one for the CTs, but still, they've found it into the 1v1 now. Koshak, he knows exactly where Freeman's coming from. Might just catch him out, but unfortunately can't quite land the spray. It's a very near thing, but somebody will be the one to save it and get another one on the board for Tyloo.
He went so wide there, Koshak. Should have had him dead to rights there. Perfect positioned over towards the elbow. Vadim with a massive play coming in off the back of that flash as well to find himself the second. You could see how blind the Tyloo player was there as well. Great utility usage in the end, which is what we need to see from IG to keep them in the game. Unfortunately, couldn't capitalise on that round.
Oh no, 4 flashes out long from Tyloo. The nade bounces off. That could have been 3 players tagged for IG instead of 1, but only the 1, and Bentet's already found himself 1 frag at least. He will get traded out, but that's Attacker actually, never mind. Attacker goes down and lower, but double smoke here for long already. The CT is pushing out through B. No one's actually near this at all, apart from the 1 player now charging up short with a P250, so this should be a free A site for Tyloo, and it looks like Bentet's already playing anti-flank.
He's switched on. He seems to be aware of this positioning. X-Pro can't hit the shot, but there are 3 more CTs bolstering towards this position.
Smoked it off, he knows.
Oh, there's the gap, but he can see it. Very sharp eyes, Bentet.
So little ammo.
Looking for some more.
Oh my goodness, has to go to the Glock and almost hits it.
I thought he did.
Got bamboozled by the radar turning off. I thought the exact same thing. The round didn't end, but doesn't matter. It'll be a nice, easy cleanup for Tyloo in the end. Bentet going to pad his stats just a little in the middle of that one. 13 and 10 currently for him. 8 rounds achieved by Tyloo on their T side. IG, though, going to buy back up into the AAWP. Only the 1 kit. Utility, okay, but not great. And they're facing up against a fully bought Tyloo once again. No T side AWP, but they seem to only have been taking it if they pick one up. That's a constant stream of flashes out long. The molly is not going to be early enough to stop him. They get 2 players out, and IG dumping a lot of util to try and stay alive.
But him as well, going to be finding that bomb on short. Goes back for more, just barely
nade.
unable to land the shot. Somebody down to 42 HP, but Vadim gets that second opportunity. Now IG looking like they could turn this into a 7-8 half, but Spinach goes down. Somebody, he's going to be traded out again. Vadim, massive hold here on short. That's full control of the bomb. Summer has to try to fight his way back into this one. There was 2 men here for a moment, but it's taking its time. Molotov in the perfect position to regain the bomb, and there's no one controlling this mid-rotation either, so we'll see how the timing goes. Summer just taking so much time to pick up the bomb, though. Didn't know it was underneath the stairs, and because of that, he's not going to be able to get to the B site for free. You've got Koshak as well, flanking from the top of mid, making sure this rotation is locked down. Full faith in flying to hit this shot as well. Spotting the head, getting the bink, just needs 1 more bullet to close it, which is going to happen as well. IG put a 6th on the board and keep the game close.
The money's a bit lopsided for Tyloo as well. They had 3 players on 5 to 6K, but 2 on less than 2,000. So, going to need to do a bit of a socialist buy, sharing out money amongst the homies, getting the guns out for everyone. But it'll be okay. It looks like they're going to be able to grab 2 rifles, 2 UMPs. So, not the worst buy in the world. Certainly serviceable. And it looks like after a couple of rounds of throwing a million flashes out long, they instead want to head into B, looking for a mid to B at this point. And only 2 players actually on B, one of them splitting duties between mid and B. The rotates are coming over from the CTs, but they're going to be smoked out. They're going to have to hit these shots instead as Summer works his way out mid.
They're not aware of the timing as well. Coming out through door, flying, may just be able to find this one. Off the back of the flash from X-Pro as well, holding control of the B ramp at the moment. But now it's just going to be flying here alive at doors. The B side has been taken. Bentet dealt with on the other side of CT, but in the 4v2, this should be an IG round. We'll see what Attacker and Freeman can do, holding the site before the bomb's gone down. The retake coming in nice and early now from IG, but it is Freeman going massive, finding himself to 3K. Can he find the final kill? Vadim, his head is spotted. There's the gap there. The clock is going to do it, and Freeman clutches it out. That's the ace. That's the round, and that's the half as well. What a way to close out the first half here on map number 2, Dust 2. Hopefully, there's more action on the other side of this break.
I've been working part-time jobs, chasing all my dreams now lately. No matter if I try too hard, nothing's ever enough, baby. No, I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side, I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I different. Tell me everything's alright. Life is just a bunch of faces, and if it's not, we'll still be fine. I know we're going places. I don't care too much. I don't care too much. As long as I can keep you by my side. I don't care too much. We got time, no rush. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different. In your eyes, I always see there is something meant for me. In your eyes, I always feel different.
Hello and welcome. We've calmed down. Back to ESL Pro League. Second half here on map 2 of the first series of the night. Tyloo, look, had a big performance over on Train. Absolutely smashing IG out of the park. IG looked like they were salvaging this half until that last round where Freeman got the ace. Holding from Heaton like a champion. Don't know why it's called Heaton. Should be called Freeman. Really, we'll discuss that at another time. But
Yeah, straight up. Just
moving
calling out
forward,
Heaton, huh?
we're getting there. You know, Heaton, he was before my time. We can disregard him, maybe. Look, I'm going to be completely thrown under the bus for that one, but
I don't know about that one, Chief.
maybe. It's been a long time.
Oh
Look,
dear, look, you're right.
things
Has
change.
been.
Krieg meta's not changing. We need to change something up to make everyone happy, so, you know,
Getting rid of all the old call-outs, just like how we ditched the graffiti on this map.
beautiful.
Remember the Fnatic graffiti? That was a thing. It's gone. Rip.
Rest in peace.
They also, on Cage, they also ditched the simple graffiti temporarily, and then everyone was like, oi, put it back. And they're like, oh, our bad, and put it back. Wait, people like that. Whoops.
Where'd that one go?
Simple has it tattooed in his arm. We should probably put it back in the map.
That was pretty nuts, that play.
Oh,
well.
it really was.
So was Freeman's play. Really, think about it.
Yeah. So, what we're saying is, put a graffiti on B there, and just like, it just says Heaton with a line through it, and then Freeman with a tick underneath.
That's the one.
There you go.
Oh. I also noticed for the first time while that play was happening that between the box and the plat,
Yep.
there's a little gap. There's a tiny little gap.
Oh, right,
that
okay.
you can peer through.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant between, like, Sightbox and the plat, and I was like, yeah, people plant the bomb there, of course
No,
there's a
no,
gap.
no,
But no, I'm with you now.
You'll see it now. You'll see it now. I pointed it out. It's
Look, we're playing FIFA. Let's go.
bit of soccer with the boys over in T-Spawn. Well, here we are, second half live. IG need to fight for this one. They need to take it to a 2-1, make this reverse sweep happen if they want any opportunity at taking, you know, the second win for this group here in ESL Pro League. But it is going to be an aggressive play from somebody. How did he not get spotted there crossing over?
What
Surely.
is this?
Surely he popped up on the map. No.
What is this?
Well,
how many will he let pass? There's one more in mid, but you can probably hear that, and oh my goodness.
Oh, he's making the play anyway. His T's have no idea. This round's over and done with already. Somebody tapping away at the heads, looking for spinach as well. Lane comes in, so manages to get salvaged potentially. Vadim there is only good for the singular onto somebody. It's all up to Spinach again, who needs to go massive. Can't quite find the head. Crosshair placement a little bit askew. As Ben Tet as well, you don't want to go toe-to-toe with that man. As Tyloo makes it to the double digits. 10 on the board now. 6 for IG.
I mean, it's a bit
no bomb
disappointing that the flank doesn't go anywhere from somebody, but it didn't even need it. You even saw he swung up. There was 3 players there. By the time he started shooting, there was 1.5 with a HP disadvantage. He gets 1 kill and then doesn't even need to do the rest. His teammates have a rock-solid hold going on. IG going to go for a full Glock round. Not a single cent invested in this round, and they'll get a kill out of it as somebody was really aggressive there fighting mid with the SMG, but Summer's here now, as well as Freeman, cleaning up these last couple kills, just farming up the cash money at this point. The SMGs actually get all of the frags, so they'll be happy with that. Good little investment, good little injection to the bank account. And IG, they're buying rifles literally the instant they spawn. Got a couple AKs, one Krieg. Will Vadim get another? Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, there you go.
Well, he
second Krieg.
barely had enough.
Barely.
Barely. Oh, no, he didn't have enough to get that glass cannon, which you know he wanted.
You know, I went with you on saying barely, even though I'd done the maths myself. And it's like, yeah, you had 2,700 for the Krieg and 1,000 for armor. He's got 46. He's fine. But you know what? I went with you. Old UMP wins that. Not so much the one that's actually an SMG and not a rifle.
It's a crazy weapon. I feel like it's more accurate when you're running around like a madman.
I mean, the UMP used to be a pocket rifle. I was actually cleaning out my hard drive the other day and found a clip of me. I was never good, but like challenging Dak on long at Dust 2 with the UMP because the thing just had the range. Not sure if it's really going to do that anymore, though, as Kojak's going to hit the first shot. Nice and clean entry, looking for another there. Tyloo come charging up short, two players. The Molotov, though, is going to split them or force them back. Actually going to do both. Very aggressive up short. This is player with the rifle, and Ventet's actually going to get it done, but X-Pro comes in on the flank, cleans up, back and forth. Tyloo go down.
Quick round. Everyone dying in a matter of seconds there. I think it was a 3v5 at one point, but then IG
like
trading it
6
out
kills in a matter
effectively.
of moments.
Crazy. Nuts indeed. But Tyloo, look, they've dropped the ball. IG, they're back on the board. 4 behind. Not a big gap to close like they had to do on Train, so achievable. We'll see what they can do.
That's what you get for Kriegen down mid.
Nuts.
That was very nice from somebody there. Some, I should say. They're going out long as a player tucked into car, plus the bait here. Will it come out, though? Where's the peak? Somebody couldn't get out there to back him up with just a pistol. Now he's going to try and challenge this in a very disadvantageous fight. Someone's going to come up, probably boost him up onto the site, try and get some work done with the AWP, but they've lost long. They've got a lot of angles to be concerned about now, and Summer, you can see, is getting a bit antsy facing it.
Looking for the line, but, timing. Also a factor. Summer fully aware that someone's stuck on the short side of long there. Flying needs to make his move at some point. There is a lot of utility to help the man get out, but we'll see if it eventually gets used. IG just happy to hold these positions now.
That could have been the pick. The other thing is, for now, Flying doesn't really need to get out. He's fine to sit there because the bomb's not committed anywhere. If his team wants to go B, he's got to get out. Absolutely. That was a near thing. But for now, he is okay to just sit there, keep this pressure on, and maybe if one of these players on long gets too antsy to peek pit, goes out a little bit too wide, he could capitalize on it. Looks like he is going to try and make his way out under the cover of these smokes as well, but he's got to be careful about an AWP peeking over the top. And in the meantime, it's somebody with a stolen rifle who'll get one before being traded. Summer finds another one through the smoke there as well.
Sharp shots. Great vision all the way as that smoke starts to dissipate as well. And it looked like this could have been an IG round, but Summer says no. Koshak, 20 seconds, has an opportunity. Worried about the flank, but he's only got 10 seconds to get to site, so he can go for this one now. There is a rotation coming out from, I believe it's Freeman. Bentet, he's only got 15 HP, could go down. He has. There's time to get this bomb planted as well. All the way to site he goes. Can he plant in the right position? He does. And now, this is certainly winnable.
Freeman, though, has crept out a long way, and you think he's surely going to have the better of it, but no, misses the shot. Koshak's got a chance to reposition here as well, and he does have that one tap. The shot not being found by Freeman, just needs a dink, but he's not able to connect it. Neither player getting the bullets they need on target until Koshak's able to finish it. It's a messy one, 2 HP and a 4K for Koshak, but he gets the job done. 8 rounds to 11, IG stay in it.
You could feel the pressure there. You could see the pressure in the fact that no one was hitting their shots. Usually...
Especially if you're Freeman in that position where you sneak up close and you get the first bullet off and you miss it. I mean, obviously, pro players have a lot more composure than your average rando in matchmaking, a.k.a. me. But I know when I am doing that, if I sneak up close and miss the first one, there's a little voice in the back of my head that just says, gosh, mate, you've really binned that. That was it. That was your chance.
I usually just start audibly screaming.
That's
the best way to do it.
You're fracking out just like, ah, the whole time. That's true. I've seen the clips, actually.
It's fun.
It happens. It's a good time.
It's good fun.
Well, that's going to be not the greatest financial situation for Tyloo to come back into now. 2K a player or thereabouts, so it's going to be a pistol. That said, they do have a bit of a buffer over the IG buy, but They need to find themselves a bit of an answer to this IGT side, which has been looking a bit better the last couple of rounds. Sure, they've lost early players to AWPs a couple of times, but the entries out long have been good. Koshak's been hitting some very nice shots in particular. That round grabs himself a 4K to make it work. So if he's going to be on this sort of form, 22 kills currently, things will be looking a lot better for IG. But again, it's a long mountain to climb. 3 rounds just to equalize, a whole map needed here just to stay alive in the series. Tyloo, despite being on the pistols, still in the driving seat in this map and this series, at least for now. Got a 3-stack walking down A long as well.
Oh, and here's the aggressive play. 3 men swinging, trying to make it work, but it's a 1-for-3 trade in the end. And IG, full control of long. And in the 4v2, it's all in a day's work to just trade this one out aggressively, although Freeman is going to say something about that one. Bomb isolated now towards long. The CTs do fight here. There is some form of opportunity. Koshak wants to clear out the CT ramp before his teammate does move up. Freeman just going to be hiding his little noggin straight below the edge of Cat. But the last 2 frags found in a matter of moments, and that is going to be IG closing that gap slowly but surely. Tyloo will be able to buy again slowly, making that round loss bonus work, but that's not what you want to rely on. You need the rounds.
The other thing is there, IG losing those 2 players do have to dip into the cash reserves a little bit to be able to rebuy those 2 guns. It's not going to make them broke this round, but might be a problem down the track. Tyloo going to get the buy straight up. 5 rifles, no AWP. They do have the 1 scope in the AUG on somebody. Going for a 3-2 at the minute. No one with any eyes on mid, but no one from IG has gone that way, and so playing their own default. 3-2 the opposite. And Attacker's actually getting pretty aggressive here in bedroom. He's been detected as well there. Spinach must have spotted the name. Spraying away, going to get a little bit of damage across, but no kill to be found. Limited info as well. He knows there was one there. That could actually trigger the push into B, though. Does look like that's what IG want to do. 3 players walking in, playing contact, and on the site, Freeman's going to get the first bit of damage, but no kills just yet.
Good timing on this rotation. Summer from Dorb, teaming up with Freeman, holding strong. And the round's almost done already, forcing the play straight through the smoke. Tyloo, they've made all the right moves here. Attacker as well, denying that lurk from Spinach. Over towards a long. Now it's Koshak, who's had a banger of a game so far, but he really needs to hit these shots. There's not much hope left in the round. Might be able to get some damage done.
Surely not a 1v5.
No, but maybe.
It's
a maybe because I want to see it. It's not a maybe because I believe it will happen.
Half HP, yeah, it's a bit tough at that point. Bentet will be the one to close it out. That actually could have worked out pretty well for IG there. They spot the player out long. They decide to go B. I mean, it's risky because generally, if there's a player in pit, it's either because there's 3 players at long, or it's because they've used 3 early to establish that. Then once the player's in pit, they can rotate one out to mid or over to B or something like that. You generally always use 3 players to get one into pit, just to throw the util and ensure he crosses safely. But that could have been a 3-player stack on B they ran into. I mean, they made technically the right call, but when you get mowed down like that, it was just great play from Tyloo, really, covering all of their angles. They've got the hero AK out for IG onto X-Pro. Everyone else with the pistols to try and clean up whatever damage he can do, but it's not looking too good. Tyloo playing at range. The only player who's up close is Attacker, and everyone else sitting at pretty comfortable rifle ranges, ready to take these fights.
Summer on the off angle as well. Ooh, gets offered at just the wrong moment as well, but he does find flying as well as a second, so it is going to be a 2-2 trade, and we're back to the 3v3 rather. Now you can see Koshak slowly but surely lurking his way straight up short here. And the CTs are going to have to play for the retake. The bomb could get caught in transition, and it does as well. So it's going to be stuck between a crossfire, a bit of team damage as well. Unaware that it was somebody coming through the mid doors there. Bit of a breakdown of communication. But Koshak and Vadim, look, they're the 2 you want alive in this situation.
Certainly been the damage dealers, but with just the pistols in hand, the bomb in a pretty terrible position. I guess if Koshak finds this timing, which he's looking like doing, unless Attacker goes too far into T-spawn, he's checking his flank, but unfortunately he's just around the corner. He's actually going to keep going here, so they might end up with a player in mid a little bit earlier than they're expecting, but Attacker is watching it now. So if the players down mid door don't spot it, surely Attacker will. Very difficult here, though. 15 seconds. There's no time to even do anything with the bomb if they can get it. So IG at this point, I mean, there's no point saving. You don't really have anything, but I guess that's worth it. You get the kill. There's nothing to do with the round, though. All too easy to close out from attack. A couple extra bullets just for fun. 13 now, the scoreline for Tyloo. 4 rounds in the lead. 3 needed to close this out. Now the money starting to get a bit dicey for IG. They'll get another buy off here, but it's going to cost them pretty much all they've got.
Well, the thing is as well, Tyloo, because they've gone for that double op setup, there is a chance that the economy could be broken right here and now. They've strung 2 rounds together, so round loss bonus, not going to be favouring them if they do lose from this point. But IG, they need to turn up. They really do. The scout on Vadim, it could do the job. Teamed up with the X-Pro, you know, 1 tag apiece, and that's a kill.
Yeah, double scouts, but you're going against double ops. They don't need to do double tags for kills. They just hit you once and you're done.
No.
Unless, of course, the leg shot. The play will be short, though, and no one's actually looking at this for Tyloo. They do have a player in mid who'll get them, or hear them coming up, and somebody's on a fast rotate to post up on this angle, but there was a chance that if IG had just gone for that, they might have been able to find a nice timing. That said, though, chance has been denied. Koshak going to take the risk on the molly, and you're burning, mate.
That spread so late. There was so much distance.
Was that 2 mollies? I don't think it was, but that certainly burned him like it was 2. That was real quick. It might actually, yeah, there might have been the one up the stairs that hit him.
I think there was a second one.
Yeah, I think the one on top of the stairs was overlapping on it, even though we couldn't quite see it. Vadim's going to get the entry at least, but it's a 4 versus 4, and Bentet's already here looking for headshots.
Oh, and flying just way too close to the edge there. He is going to be destroyed. And the bomb at least should be able to be planted, but X-Pro, he found himself the AWP. Nasty shot onto attacker.
Oh, that was the player from site. Fair enough. I thought that was the player charging out long who hit that, but either way, it keeps it a 3v3, keeps it competitive. Tyloo not yet close to this site, but on their way with utility and 2 kits.
X-Pro on the appropriate line, but there is a flash on Bentet here that he can use to get them up short, and it looks like it's going to pop at the perfect moment. Shot not hit. X-Pro not dealt with, though, so gets that second opportunity, needs the third. 3v2 currently. There's the opportunity. Now, it's all up to Summer in a 1v3. Still tempting fate, hiding around the side, but X-Pro jumping around like a monkey, gets right on the edge. Death from above, and IG, they are straight back in the game.
X-Pro wanted to redeem himself from a couple of near misses earlier on in that post plant. He does manage to get it done. Some good damage from him. Throws the AWP away, assuming to Vadim immediately. Goes on to the Krieg for himself. There it is. And Tyloo, as you said, they've lost that round, and their money is in the bin. The flick's connected from the AWP as well, just tagging one of these players down. But the buy is rubbish now for Tyloo. They've got a FAMAS, a scout, and 3 pistols. They're choosing to put a lot of emphasis on their B hold. Got 2 players on the site, 1 lurking around B ramp. So if IG go towards B, which it does look like they're heading towards, Koshak's established himself out long, but they could well just use that for a fake if they want to head B. But instead, it's X-Pro who's going to charge in B and catch the player's anti-flash, not looking at him. 2 entries, just like that. Oh. Yep.
Benny boy?
Yep.
What's going on here?
Yep.
What? Seems that
that's a disconnect.
There has to be some kind of...
That's got to be a disconnect. Yeah. There's no way that many players gets headshot cleanly, but...
I think that would have been called too late in the round as well.
Yeah, damage was done. I'm not sure they'll actually...
I feel like it happened after the first kill. I'm not too sure.
I don't actually know. Actually, no, it would, because the very first thing that happened in that round was an AWP tag hit through mid doors.
Yeah.
Which is damage done.
So I doubt that that would be a reset, which is very unfortunate for Tyloo, given the situation. But I guess IG gifted something from above or down below, you know, the internet somewhere, just dying out.
Oh
Rough
boy.
Situation.
That's real tough, yeah.
Gut-wrenching.
As far as I'm aware, it's normally the case that once damage is done, the round is considered live, and anything that happens after that is unlucky. And considering that they obviously had internet long enough to, or whatever it was, they had enough time to jump across mid doors and get tagged, I would assume that makes that live when whatever else happened went down. So, oh boy, it's real rough. We'll wait for everything to get resumed here. It looks like the players do have correct amounts of money. Yeah.
It is going to be reset.
It is going to be reset.
It is going to be reset.
Cool. All right. Well, lucky break for Tyloo then.
So Match Medic will come in.
Cool.
And IG, unfortunately for them, will not get that very free round. So don't worry. If anyone's angry about what they just witnessed, it's okay. Didn't matter. Didn't count. So good to see that it is going to be reset though. Even playing field for both teams, nice and fair.
Yep, absolutely that. And, of course, until you hear things official, any speculating we do is just that. So don't flame us for trying to guess what's happening. Either way, yeah, Match Medic will come in a bit, get us back to 13-10, everything the way that it should be. I'm not sure how much Tyloo... I mean, they'll have a chance to play the same round again. Similar sort of buy. We're probably going to see Scouts for Masters Pistols just like we had. I mean, I'm not sure I like their chances against a full rifle buy, but probably more of a chance than when they weren't actually playing.
Yeah.
I'd
well,
say.
You'd assume so.
You'd
hope so.
What's funny, though, watching Bentet, like, before we realized what happened, Bentet getting caught with his pants down is...
just
you never see that.
Just looking...
Never, ever. You're going to see a player just get, like Bentet, just get hard-checked and one-tapped without at least getting a couple of bullets off.
Yeah. Not too sure if it was internet issues or not, though, so... We'll see. The Great Firewall of China coming out to play.
Look, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, mate. The old VPNs, they work, but pretty slow.
I'm not sure if it was that. I believe... from what I've heard, Tyloo are playing from an internet cafe.
Yeah,
so they're doing a miraculous job, given the situation. Flying as well, giving us a Beyblade situation once again.
Very good. Yeah, it's a tough situation. I mean, I spent a bit of time over there recently, and to give you an idea on how bad the internet situation is using a VPN, I was happy to come home to Australian internet. And Australian internet is famously garbage.
It was actually pretty bad during stage 1 of EPL. Everyone had some internet issues.
You mean for Aussie teams?
Yep.
Yeah.
There was ridiculous amounts of packet loss, which is something you don't like to see. And it's rough.
Indeed. Well, hopefully things will be resolved relatively soon. Like we've at least got some weaponry purchased, so hopefully heading towards a game. Renewed gameplay, I should say.
Would like a game at some point, yeah.
Be nice. I mean, Tyloo not looking as secure on this game as they did on map number 1. Well, I mean, of course, obviously, because they dominated map number 1, but IG have certainly had a lot more to show for themselves here. The aim's been working out. Koshak's having a great game for himself. I mean, him, X-Pro, Vadim, all having a pretty good time sitting in the mid-20 kills, low to mid-20 kill marks. So things looking pretty good for them so far. And on Tyloo, I mean, it's sort of everyone fragging, right? It's a bit more of an even affair. There's a pretty even spread of frags across all of their players. So, I mean, there's more of a chance for IG. Obviously, they're sitting at 10 rounds currently to the 13 of Tyloo, but they've also got to fight their way all the way back into the series. They've got to take this map. That'll then force us to Mirage, which, given how Train went, I'm also feeling pretty good for Tyloo there. But
yeah.
I guess Mirage is... Both this and Mirage for these two teams are probably pretty even maps.
I'm confused, because yesterday Flying was popping off for IG, and he's having such a slow day. X-Pro, he had a slow day yesterday, but today it's his turn. So, you know, if Flying was popping off here as well, maybe the game would be even closer than it is. Maybe IG might have had more of an opportunity. You know, a couple of the players that are currently playing well were sleeping over on Train. But, ladies and gentlemen, match is live, so let's get underway. Round 25, we're back in business.
We are indeed. They've got the M4 out into somebody. Rather than having a FAMAS, they've dropped a rifle over. He's able to have some body armor behind it as well. Only the one player on B, choosing for a 4-player stack on A, Tyloo. And IG playing a default, feeling out the map. Slow start for them. They do have Koshak, who's going to investigate out long, and there's 2 players here waiting to crossfire it. She's going to fire the first shot and retreat, though. Doesn't really feel the need to get too antsy about this. Going to use his utility to try and clear out some of these angles, but there's 3 players now facing him here, trying to get rid of this one rifle, and does some good, well, has a chance to do some good damage, but instead cops a scout shot to the chest. Be a pretty decent tag, and I mean, IG, they're still not committed anywhere, so Tyloo really hoping they go A, but instead they're going to force the issue. 2 players in the bedroom trying to find Koshak. They want this gun.
Yeah, they're being very proactive with this aggression as well, but not hard clearing this angle, but they react in time. Somebody with the M4 flicks around and will draw first blood onto Koshak. All of a sudden, there's IG reacting and heading up short instead. This bomb isn't going to be going solo. You do see X-Pro here holding and trying to help out, but Freeman, he is defending like a champion. The Deagle play is massive, and he's going to be stuck at Goose now. Molotov will force him out, surely. Oh, does it spread in time? Freeman is down on 4 HP. One more tick from that Molotov is all it's going to take. But
he's trying to blow a gun to himself there. Oh. Doesn't quite get it done. Things still dangerous though. X-Pro on the site fighting against 2 Tyloo players. 180 degrees, nothing he can do. Attacker is the one to close it. Freeman with a heroic hold on A. Both his teammates going to grab guns out of that one too. Tyloo steal around.
And IG are going to be kicking themselves, losing to what was, I guess, a mixed buy. You had the M4 in play, mostly pistols, and that scout from Bentet as well, just doing enough damage. But that shot from somebody was absolutely insane to kick off the festivities.
That was very nice indeed. And that's the sort of thing you need in a situation like that. I did like the reaction from IG to immediately push short after losing contact at long, but they didn't all go together. They got separated. They got taken down. It was tough. And then, of course, you know, if you get 2 players get deagled by a guy sitting Goose by himself, then what are you going to do? 2 rounds needed now for Tyloo to take not only the map, but the series as well. They did take out map number 1 on Train pretty easily, 16-6 if you missed it. Heading towards the 2-0 here on Dust 2. IG need to show us something pretty special pretty soon.
How's the hero op on Vadim as well? It could work. Let's see what he does. Heading over towards that B site. Looks like the bomb is going to follow in his footsteps as well as the rest of the minions from Invictus Gaming. Can they crack this site open? There's 2 men here, still with plenty of utility to dump. A smoke, a nade, and a Molotov. With a flash to back it all up as well. This could be dangerous for IG.
5 sitting in B upper, getting ready to go in. Summer is watching that door, not helping his teammate out, but they'll have the opportunity for the first pick on the site. Now he'll turn and face as the push comes on in, and they're actually going to get the first couple kills with the pistols here as well.
Well, that's nuts. And then a bit of miscommunication. Molly and Smoke both being thrown at the exact same time. And IG, this round, now heavily favouring them. Tyloo,
saving
they can't afford it. They can't afford to go for the round, and IG straight back in the game off the back of nothing. Well, one great decision
that is
all it took.
Not how you want to lose B, but no. Yep, I mean, credit where it's due. IG, they get out there with the pistols. They find the opening frags on that really should have been at least a 2-for-2 for Tyloo against a couple of pistols with rifles in hand. There was only the AWP that was the real gun, but
we call this
matter.
sweet
It's
revenge.
Koshak and Spinach.
It's sweet revenge.
It is
because they just lost the pistols as well. So IG getting a little bit of an opportunity themselves. It's just what they need. The confidence obviously dwindling after losing the pistols, and then winning, well, you know, that's great for the economy also.
Exactly that. So Tyloo saving 3 guns. They'll be able to reinvest into this one, but it's pretty rocky. Not a whole lot of money going on. Should be able to pass out some guns. Maybe, but they might actually just lead these players to go for pistols. Where are the guns? No, they didn't actually drop anything. They couldn't. They just reinvested in utility for themselves. Freeman and Summer stuck on pistols. And IG, they want to go back towards B immediately after the success of that last round. Spinach going to lurk around bedroom for a little bit, but after hearing utility come in, thinks the push is not coming. The nade does some decent damage. And Tyloo don't want to let the same thing happen to them again. This time the crossfire on B re-established, but slightly altered. Plus, they've got Bentet floating up from mid as well. Very worried about this B push.
IG just have not been heading towards short at all. They leave it as a late round,
open.
I guess a late round option. But Tyloo don't prioritise the position. They go for that long control almost every round. 2 men towards B invested. And the occasional stack onto one bomb site or the other. It's kept that lead for them. And if they do continue to trade these rounds, then they are still going to come out on top. But, you know, the money is ruined right now. They need this round.
Though, Vadim's going to find the first pick on B, but there's still 2 players here waiting for this push to come in. They are going to get the molly out there as well. That's going to do a bunch of damage and actually force them back. All the utility they've thrown can't be used. And they're going to have to reconsider here, but still, it's a 3v4, or 3v5 even, I should say. It's a pretty tricky situation for Tyloo here to try and negotiate. It does look like Spinach is going to be questing up on short. He's going to find nothing there as well. The question is, will he do it quickly enough to call off the B hit from his teammates? As it looks like that is what they want to do.
20 seconds. They still need to commit to this one.
Go.
Spinach, he's going to find Bentet for free. Surely, how's the timing? Summer gets himself the singular. Does Bentet get up in time? No, he's going to win that fight over towards B-ramp. All of a sudden, it's back to the 2v3. Bentet has an opportunity, but the AWP is so far away. The bomb still needs to be planted. Does Bentet go for the round? No. He saves the M4 instead, makes the smart decision, knows that the economy isn't there, and he is going to hedge his bets and hope to do some better work in the next couple of rounds.
The near thing for Tyloo. One more frag there, and they absolutely go for that retake, but instead, as you said, hedging the bets. They don't... You're winning the round is not exactly likely. You've got a retake with an AWP, which is always difficult, and coming in from window or from door is, especially with no utility, really easy for the T's to stop. So they're going to go ahead and save instead. Actually, IG going to go on the hunt here. All three players out through mid, which could give a couple of frags somebody's way, but not going to hit it. Instead, he's just going to fall back into T-spawn, watching his flank, making sure no one's going to take that gun away from him. EG, or IG even, going to take their 12th.
Slightly
just 2
different
off the
team.
pace now, slightly.
Yeah.
Different region, similar name. 2 off the pace now, and again, Tyloo on the brink still of taking this series 2-0. They just need a couple more rounds, so pressure still on for IG. Even though it's just a save from Tyloo here with the couple of guns that they kept from last round.
Well, somebody on that AWP could make anything happen. Same can be said with Bentet and the AK. There is a huge opportunity for some damage. Boosted up on short. The T is going to be ready for this one. Not overstepping the boundary. Oh, somebody. Oh. He gets off the line, and he will still get one for free on the repeak. So X-Pro's gone down. That's a big pick, considering X-Pro's almost on that 30 bomb. Heavy reliance on the rest of the boys, but somebody's repositioned over towards CT as well. Finds yet another, making all the perfect moves. He's going to double back straight over towards long now, looking to defend short, but IG once again going to be heading towards the B site, hoping that they can make this one work. But Bentet with the AK, he's got the other primary weapon over on this bomb site. And Tyloo are just making all the right moves. IG picked apart yet again.
This is the dream situation, though, when you have only the 2 guns saved through and everyone else is on pistols. You need those guns to do good work, and that's exactly what they've done. Bentet's even playing bait here with his teammate in the USP, hoping that these players in tunnels are going to come far enough out to give him the angle.
And Freeman's just going to keep crossing. He's just going to keep crossing.
He's like, come on, Vadim, please, hold W, let's go. I promise you the bomb site is completely safe. And surely he's not going to be quick enough to check up high. No. Oh! Spinach, though, destroys him. That makes things a little bit more difficult as the other rifles do come on in. Freeman actually hits that one by himself. Summer comes on in with the AK-47, gets it done. The saved guns do big work as Tyloo put themselves on map and series point.
And they've got themselves a free second AWP. The AK from Bentet retrieved, as well as another. That's a free buy. We were talking about the economy being in a terrible way for Tyloo. All of a sudden, it's turned on its head. I said that somebody needed to go huge in that round, and just repositioning, finding those first 2 picks, made IG doubt themselves, and they really tried to force their hand towards that B site for, what, the 3rd round in a row, and Tyloo said, look, we know what you're doing, and we're just going to play this one, do our own thing, and make it work.
Look at this as well. IG have another B spawn. And surely there's got to be at least one guy in this team who's like, yeah, but we have the spawn. They won't expect it again.
They have all the best spawns.
Yeah, they won't expect it again. But no, you can see none of them are even looking at B. They've been shut down too many times. They're going to send X-Pro over there. He might try and find himself a quick pick, but everyone else going to choose to fall out, reposition elsewhere, and maybe take some aggression in through long. But no, very, very passive play from IG here. Preferring to try and wait for Tyloo to make the mistake. And so far, they haven't really made a lot. There hasn't been a bunch of, I guess, non-preempted aggression. It's not a good way of putting it, but they haven't just pushed randomly for no reason. It's always been in a man-down situation where they're trying to make up ground, or when there's a bunch of players spotted elsewhere and trying to get a flank. They haven't really been too big on just making pushes at the start of the round, unless they're doing it with multiple players and utility as a set play. So I don't think IG are going to get any 3 frags here. They'll need to earn them, and they're sending 3 players potentially, bomb as well, in through bedroom.
Good timing on the flash. That molly.
Too deep.
Oh, it's spreading. Attacking now in a rough way. He's going to go down as well. Wallbang gets some extra damage done, but Bentet tries to hold here, looking for more through the smoke, trying to time the shots as well. Finds flying, spots that shadow. It's all crumbling apart for IG, but they do manage to find themselves a second kill and bring to the 3v3 for Dim.
Oh my goodness.
Almost working the timing.
Timing here, speaking of, Freeman's pushing into lowers and might just be able to catch out. Never mind, X-Pro, he's going to get the better of him there. So that could have been another player lost, but as it is, one player on each side. Needs to find the frag here, Summer, and he will hit it. The double AWP against an AWP and an AK here. Koshak and Vadim, the Russian boys, in for the game. What a flick!
He's nuts.
Massive shot from Vadim there to make it more doable, and now it's all on Summer. 1v2 for the map. Still 2 more match points for Tyloo to play with here, but they'd love to end things early.
Landed for flat as well, so Vadim just needs to control long, and he's going to get that for free. Here's the push up short, so they have all the information in the world in this 1v2. Koshak doesn't need to make his move, just covering that angle towards CT now. Summer may just be able to take the fight with the plat player, which could be crucial. Koshak isolating the angles behind the box, makes the move at the perfect moment, finds the head of Summer, and IG still in it. Still looking for that reverse sweep, but they will have to play for the overtime.
Exactly that. They've got to win in OT now just to make it onto Mirage. It's a lot of work to be done for these boys. Pause coming through now as Tyloo. The money's not great, but it's enough to get a full rifle round together. That said, they could take a save here or a low buy. They could just go some pistols, try and do the damage, and then have double AWP, full utility, playing for match point 16-14.
They're going for pistols.
They're going to do it. So that means that they're pretty much...
Summer should drop a scout, because Bentet on that scout has been dangerous.
That said, though, if they don't, that's... I mean, it's the double AWP, guaranteed, right? Double AWP, full armor, full util.
I think they've got it at this point anyway.
You need like $7,000 to get everything you want behind an AWPer. $4,750 for the gun, $1,000 for armor, another couple thousand for nades, all that sort of thing. So kits. It's a big investment. They should be getting it here, and the double AWP so far has done good things for them. The real question will be, what damage can they do to the economy with the pistols? Because look how much money IG have left. They've spent a lot to get back into this round, and they do have a bit of loss bonus going, but not a lot. It is winding back down to 0 now as they've won a couple, so...
They just need it to be clean.
The money is, yeah, they need to win this cleanly, or else Tyloo are not only going to have the money to buy double AWP, but there won't be that much to stop them for IG.
They missed that Xbox smoke as well, which didn't really have an influence on the round so far. Vadim still holding, waiting for some form of aggression towards mid-doors, but IG have made the right decision. They're about to find the A site for free if they commit up short. There's 4 men here. Surely they do.
Yeah, bombs here as well. They've got to be going. They'll leave one player flying to get flanked. Never mind, he's not going to be watching any flank with that sort of thing happening, but the rest of the team are going up onto this bomb site. All they've got to do is clear it. Tyloo are seeing a couple of players charging up the B ramp, though, and hold up. There's an AK in hand playing a headshot angle. This could get risky.
Koshak still dominating short. Bomb going to go down that molly on ramp, just buying some extra time as well. Summer could go over the top here. Finds the first onto Vadim. That's nasty. Not doubling down, though. It is going to be Spinach here. Holding with the Galil. Finds another headshot. Still fighting for this one. Freeman jiggling around. There's half the clip left, and he's going to find himself another. That is essentially not the cleanest round in the world for IG, but they've got the money. They're still safe. Overtime's on the horizon.
They barely have the money, though. They're going to have to do some dropping for Vadim. He's got 3K, but they will be able to get all the weapons out. Here's the thing that Tyloo was saving for, though. Bentet is limited to just the MP9, but they've chosen to go for the double AWP instead of dropping one for him. Somebody doesn't even have armor behind it, so they don't have as much money as I thought they would, but crucially, they've got that double AWP, and all 3 players along have been flashed out. They do have the scope weaponry here to watch this one, though, and it's 4 players going that way for IG. They've left flying over on B doing a bit of a fake. But it does look like A-Long is the play. The first player to face it will be somebody from Car.
Oh, and the molly is going to force him aggressive. But the molly's missed. Somebody peeks aggressively off the back of literally nothing and finds a kill. No trade. No one wants to go toe-to-toe with somebody. Understandably so. And he's got a line on the bomb. He knows that there has to be more T's around this area. Hoping for long. There's the gap. There's still the line. Oh, he's spotting the toes, but he missed the shot somehow. Gets traded out eventually. Belated, but it still may just work. Flying solo at mid. Not going to be traded either. Very aggressive himself. X-Pro coming up short. He's going to start to deal with the other players towards the site, but it's all up to Bentet to try to hold. By the time, Koshak and Spinach, they've been very, very sharp indeed, but the MP9 can only get so much done. It's back to the 2v2. Freeman up on short just in time. Has Bentet done his job? Oh, it's the AWP from Summer. Can he close it? Almost hits that shot. And now Spinach, he's the super sub, but he's not going to be able to get it done. Summer, he closes it out right at the last moment as well. And all the way to the end, 16-14 is where we ended up finishing on Dust 2. 2-0 Tyloo, they've done it. Still clean in Pro League Stage 2. No maps lost.
Just.
But just.
Just.
But just. Oh, what a match. That was nasty. So many crazy rounds, so many crazy plays. Pistols just going for those stacks, hitting those shots, you know, winning those rounds with somebody on the AWP and bent it on an AK. Everyone else just with USPs. Just
I don't know, man.
making it work. I don't even know. It was entertaining. And that's the crux of it at the end of the day. That's what we want to see.
Exactly that. And that was about as close as it could have been. I honestly thought that if you gave me the score lines at this, you said, right, Tyloo's going to 2-0, one map 16-6, one map 16-14, what you got? I would have flipped them. I would have thought for sure Train would be more competitive between these two teams and not Dust 2, but that's the way it was. And it was very close for IG. Nearly enough.
Nearly enough. But I'll tell you what is enough. These 4 plays. You know, we've got the Mountain Dew, Amp, Game, Fuel, power plays here for you guys